Joe WHIZZ is a very, very speedy horse, and he returns to Happy Valley on Wednesday night.
Yeah, both times that I've been on him, he has jumped and show a lot of speed. So he's a kind of a horse that appreciated the short distance. I mean, the 1,000 meters, Happy Valley is where he won one of his races. So I'm looking forward to ride him on Wednesday.
That win at Happy Valley, Karis obviously deputised for you. You were on board him last time at Sha Tin. Is the nature of the Valley just the track that suits him a little bit better? Because, I mean, I guess, would it be fair to label him a short runner? I mean, if there was a 950 race, he'd be nearly a certainty, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you're right. He showing the much speed that he's been showing lately. If the race was a bit shorter, no doubt that he would appreciate that. But we have to handle 1,000 meters, and based on what he's done last time that he's been Happy Valley, I believe he's going to be a very competitive horse once again.
He's got £5 more to carry this time in, Joe. I mean, 1 from 1 at Happy Valley. Do you feel that the £5 probably isn't as big a burden as it might seem on paper?
£5 does not make that much of a difference, you know. If he's able to just get a smooth run, bounce up in front, he's a leader. I know there is some horse with a bit of speed in the race, but he apparently show more speed than the other horses, and he's able to get up in front and do not get attacked by other horses. He might just be able to hold them off and cross the line in first. It's a race which I think WHIZZ should be the favorite, but no doubt that we got to be going out there respecting the other horses in the race as well. As I said, he's got everything to be a very good winning chance.
I must just ask you, Joe, about a very speedy horse that we saw you ride on Sunday. Obviously, Sake Win was a very impressive performance. Just a sort of reflection on that, because he looks quite smart, that guy.
This horse, I've done most of the preparation for this horse. Frankie was quite confident on him before even he goes to the trials. I mean, when he spoke to me saying that I should ride this horse at the trials, he expressed to me right away that he was quite confident he was going to be a very nice horse for Hong Kong. And he didn't disgrace. He went out there to win very impressively. Things going against him. He had the widest gate, had to be used to come across in front of the other horses. But fortunately, he was able to show the class he's got. And as you've been asking me, it's just because he's classy. He's got quality. And I can promise you he's very far off of him being hitting his top rating.
Frankie, Money Catcher, who's been doing good things for you and your stable through the 4-year-old series, will line up at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. How has he been since his excellent run in the Derby?
Yes, he won really good in the Derby. And then I look at the program, he hasn't got too many distance for him. And so I just pick a Happy Valley, game another one.
Just reflecting on those runs, Frankie, in the 4-year-old series, I mean, he's running the Classic Cup, obviously was very good. He was third there and then third in the Derby. Did you fully expect it with this horse once he stepped up in trip?
I think so, because when I bought this horse, I think he should be a mile to 2,000 at least. So it's suitable for this season, the 4-year-old series. But for me, he's won really good on the Cup and then in the Derby.
And he has trialled here at Happy Valley, Frankie. I think that was his very first trial for you. With bringing him to the Valley, is that something that you wanted to do, or was that something that perhaps your hand was forced a little bit given the programme? Would that be fair?
Yes. Also, usually Happy Valley, the race should be a little bit weak. Anyway, he tried in Happy Valley, trial okay, so just let him try.
Yeah, well, you've got a good record at Happy Valley this season. I went and had a look at it, and I think you're either top or second, or you and John are basically fighting that one out as well. Just on this horse's targets, Frankie, I mean, I know he's yet to actually win one in Hong Kong, but given that he is a stayer, do you have anything in mind that you want to try and aim at with this horse?
Depends. This race, if he won good, maybe a little thing about maybe go free, something like that. Yeah, depends by how he wants tomorrow.
Zach, Noble One looks a very interesting horse for you this Wednesday night. What more can you tell us about him?
Yeah, well, he's got some speed. He's a little bit angry in the gates. He can throw himself around. He's done a little bit wrong in there. So getting the start right is going to be important for him. But if he does get it right, he's got plenty of natural speed and he can travel quite strongly on a strong speed. He's just a little bit weak at the end of his trials at the moment. But obviously, as he progresses through his career, he'll get a little bit stronger. But that's our one concern at the moment.
Just an overview on those trials, Zach. Obviously, he's had the 4 of them. You've ridden him in all 4. He's won a couple. He looks to travel throughout his trials quite nicely. Is it just about developing that latter part, as you say, just to get him to finish off stronger?
Yeah, I think his barrier manners sort of give us an indication of what he's like. He's a very tense, tight horse, and as you picked up in his trials, he travels very strong. He wants to really get on with it. He won't relax properly. He runs through the bridle a bit too much, and then when he comes off the bridle, he doesn't have a lot there. So once again, as his temperament changes and he can learn to accept racing here and accept the place a little bit better, hopefully he relaxes, and then that last part of his performance will come.
Is that a trait that you've noticed through the deep fields? Obviously, they seem to be the boom horses that everybody wants at the moment. You've ridden the likes of My Sugar and Voyage Bubble. Are they of a similar ilk, these deep field horses?
They're all strong gallopers. They like to get out and get on with it and get going. And I suppose that's why they're so successful here in Hong Kong, where our races or our racing style is very much speed orientated. So they're a good fit for our product here, and hopefully he can continue that trend.
Just as an introduction, Zach, he comes to the Valley against perhaps going to Sha Tin down the straight. Would that be here nor there for your concern, or do you think perhaps introducing him at the Valley is the better option?
Yeah, well, he's never been there, so obviously that is a concern. And being the highly strung horse that he is, he's going to have to be aware of the corners and what's going on instead of just trying to run through the bit. So there's that reservation there, but he wasn't strong enough to run 1,000 metres up the straight. He would have gone for half a mile. He would have done too much work and he would have fallen in a hole. So getting to the Valley and getting him around a corner, hopefully it gets him off the bit. Hopefully the speed suits him. He can relax just that little bit, and then he can be a little bit more competitive.
Karis, Dr. Winning has been a good friend to you in the recent weeks around Happy Valley. He drops down in trip this Wednesday night.
Yes, Nick, he ran a good race last time over 1800. I thought it was a great effort from him. They went pretty fast, and I just like the way he finished off his race. But even coming down now, the trip 1650, he's won the trip before, so there's no problem with that.
Just on the 1800 metres, Karis, did you feel he stayed? I mean, he clearly hit the line quite strongly, so I guess that does give them options going forward, doesn't it?
Yeah, I believe he did stay the trip. I just thought, of course, the winner on that day just had one better than us, and I thought the host, Dr. Winning, did everything right. He gave me his best. So I think going forward now, he's improving. So just looking forward to riding him.
And on a recent trial, Karis, as well, I mean, typical John size, just going through the motions, nothing too strenuous.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with the trial. Of course, of course, size horses, they just need to go out there and just do their little trial. So just let him feel comfortable and pull up pretty well. So the good thing is he's ready to go to races and look like a nice little race for him.
It certainly doesn't. And just finally, obviously, he's got 3 pounds extra and gate 4. It's a race where perhaps 1 or 2 have question marks to answer, but your horse very much in form. Do you feel the weight isn't enough to sort of anchor him back there at the moment?
Yeah, I think he's got a nice weight on his back, and he's capable to win a race like this. It's not a very big field. I think that's the race he will have his chance. He's got a nice draw, so we just need the race to run a good pace, good tempo, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna give us his best.
Harry, Lucky Archangel is a horse you know well, and you'll be back on board for Wednesday night.
Yeah, know him pretty well now. Had a few spins on him, and glad to get the ride back.
Talk us through his recent trial, Harry. He kept some good company in that latest one.
He did, yeah. It was a very strong trial he was in, but he gave me all the right feelings, and he's still in very good spirits. And even though he's stepping up in class, he feels up to the challenge.
I know you didn't ride him last time. Zach was on board and he went forward and won. Hence, he's going up in grade. You feel the step up in grade is something that he can take in his stride, this horse?
Yeah, I do. I mean, you know, he's been very consistent whenever he's got a good draw, this horse, and he won well enough last time to suggest that he should be competitive in this grade. Obviously, we'll see tomorrow night whether or not he's up to this company, but I think he'll run a strong race.
Just on his tendency to jump a little bit slow, Harry, there is quite a lot of pace in this race. If he was to perhaps do that, would you be happy, obviously, taking a lead? I mean, when you won on him that day, you were happy just to take a lead off one, and then he finished off strongly.
Yeah, when I've ridden him in the past, I've been happy just to slot in behind one and get him relaxed, and he can anticipate the start of it and be a little bit fractious in the stalls before they open, hence why he sometimes is slow away. So it all depends how he behaves on the day. Obviously, if he can break very well and he's clean away, then I would press forward and try and be handy. But whether or not he's going to be quick enough to be right up there with the leaders, with all the pace inside me, I'm not sure. So, yeah, I mean, I obviously I just want the sort of smoothest run around.